For my regular YouTube audience, you know what you need to do next to get to the information that you want from this video. But for those who are new to my channel, here are some key points to help you work best with the information in this video. Number 1. Timestamps and other important information can be found in the description to this video. Number 2. The dates of the energies that are unfolding in the week ahead are in the introduction section of this video. Number 3. The degrees of current planet placements and their location in signs are also in the introduction section of this video. Number 4. I'm a personal astrologer giving a general astrology reading in this video. For some people it will resonate. For others, it will not this week due to the influence of planets in your own personal horoscope. It may vary from week to week how much my forecast will resonate with you. If you would like a reading with me to explore your own chart further, the link is also in the description for this video. Number 5. I am using the traditional system of whole sign astrology for my analysis in this video. Number 6. By listening to the introduction, it's going to help you know what's in store for you this week. And then you can go to your sun, moon, and rising signs for more information on what to expect specifically. Number 7. I use both Vedic and Western astrology techniques with what is known as the tropical astrology chart, or, for those who aren't aware, the Western astrology chart. Please explore the placement of your Western or tropical astrology sun, moon, and rising signs using the timestamps for this video. Number 8. Haters and hateful comments will be removed from this video. This is a safe space for everyone who visits here, and like a good bouncer at a nightclub would do, I will eject any haters from this platform. And now here's a final couple of tidbits of information for you about how to use this video. Astrology is not designed to scare you. It's designed to give you information so that you know what the good and the challenging energies in the week ahead will be, and you can therefore consciously work with them to the best of your advantage. Remember, knowledge is power. Now there are scammers about, and so if you should receive a message from me on any platform requesting your money for a reading, know that it is a scam, report them immediately. And now settle in and let's see what the astral skies have in store for the week ahead. Hello Astro lovers, and welcome to this week's Astro Weather Report. First off, I want to start by congratulating Peg Moore. Now, Peg has been a subscriber of my channel for quite some time, always commenting and letting me know she's liked, shared, and subscribed. And this week you have come up as, or this month you've come up as the lucky winner, Peg, of the Solar Return Report that I give away every month. Now, if you would like to go into the draw to win a Solar Return Report, a personal report for you, all you've got to do is like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Share it on your platforms, on your social media platforms, and you will go into the draw to win. You need to leave a comment in the comment section so that I know that you've entered. Thank you everybody who entered. Keep entering because I draw a winner every month. And congratulations, Peg. Get in contact with me through the contact form on the website to let me know your details, and we can get started with getting you your Solar Return Report. Thank you, Peg. Now everybody, it's time to get ready for eclipse season. In Australia, eclipse season started on the 5th of September. It's the 4th of September in other parts of the world. Depending on your time zone this is. Mostly it's Australia 5th of September, and the rest of the world follows at the 4th of September. So from now on we might see some events that are triggered by this upcoming eclipse in Pisces. They're going to start manifesting now. They could manifest at any time between now or the 5th of September and the 17th, 18th of September when the eclipse occurs. And even beyond that, roughly 2 weeks after that, we might see events tied into this particular eclipse and all that it represents. And it's going to be such a beautiful eclipse for so many reasons. I can't wait to tell you all about it. It's going to be full of opportunity. It's going to be full of miracles happening. And we really need this on the planet right now. We need it in our personal lives, and we'd like to see it happening out there beyond us as well. I can't wait to tell you about it. So keep an eye out this coming week for the short video that I'm going to be doing for YouTube. And if you're on my Patreon family, you'll get an extended video, a big, long, juicy video for all signs looking in depth at this particular eclipse. This is coming before the week is over. I usually post on Saturday mornings in Australia. I think it's Friday evenings in other part of the world. But I'm going to release this particular eclipse video earlier so we get in plenty of time for the eclipse. I'm so excited. And if you want to join the Patreon family so that you can get the breakdown in depth for all signs, then all you need to do is go to the link in the description. It's very affordable. I'd love to see you there. Now, another thing that's happening this week is Mars has just moved into Cancer, or has happened last week. This is going to be a very important period. Mars in Cancer. Mars is going to actually spend roughly the next 8 months in this sign. He will dip into Leo for a time, but because he's going to go retrograde, he will come back into Cancer. So over the next 8 months, Mars is really doing a work in the sign of Cancer. And this is going to be very important. Usually Mars takes 2 years to go around the horoscope, and to spend 8 months in a single sign is a phenomenally long time. And Mars has a lot of important work to do there. So I'll be talking more about that upcoming in the months ahead as we go through Mars retrograde. But if you want to find out a little bit more about Mars retrograde in the meantime, I would encourage you to have a look at the video I did probably about a month ago, looking at the reason behind Mars retrograde and the reason it's so powerful and so important. Mars could actually be the most important planet in the whole solar system. You want to check out my video discussion in the Astrology Discussions playlist, where I go into great depth about this. It will absolutely blow your socks off. It really, really will. If you think you know Mars, I don't think you really know Mars. Check it out. So this is a very important time. As I said, we'll talk more about that in the coming months, but I just wanted to mention it's kicking off now already, this 8-month period when Mars is in Cancer. But the thing we want to talk about this week, the happy, happy, joy, is the lovely trine that has formed between Jupiter in Gemini and Venus in her own sign, Libra. Now, for those of you who get absolutely sick to the eyeballs of astrological forecasts that are all doom and gloom, on this day, the 14th of September, you will experience the positivity you seek, my friends. Venus rules Libra, and she is being expanded in all her beauty and all her glory by big benevolent Jupiter, who happens to be within orb of the fixed star Bellatrix. So that's also important too. Love is in the air on the 14th of September, my friends. Get your dancing shoes dusted off. There are high fives aplenty going around. You know that feeling when the sun shines and the birds sing and your favorite song comes on your playlist or the radio if you're a bit old school? Well, this is the energy of the 14th of September. It's just beautiful. So, my friends, use this sparkly buzz to heal relationships that need healing, to connect with people that you love, to take a day off just to be human, enjoying life on the planet with the blossoms and the daffodils and the birds. And if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, all the autumn energy starting to come in, enjoy just being alive. This is the day for it. It's also a good day to make investments, if that's something you're planning to do. I've sort of got to lock that one away in my own mind. I have a few investments I want to make. Shop for something that will bring you delight. Venus is spending and shopping, and it doesn't necessarily need to be overindulgent. This is a blessed configuration. That means whatever you purchase is going to make you feel good, and it's going to be something that brings joy into your life. It's not going to be something you regret and go, what the hell was I thinking when I bought that? And so if you want to buy a new pair of shoes, this energy will mean they'll become your favorite shoes forever, You might want to buy a couple of pairs just in case the first one wears out. You know how it goes. Don't look in my wardrobe. You'll see how horrific it is along those lines. But it is a day for delight, So go shop for something that will bring you joy, my friends. You can also be on the receiving end of good fortune with this energy too. Now, that could be a heartwarming smile from a complete stranger on the train to work, a compliment that sets your heart just aglow. It could be a special gift. It could be a favor that just thrills you to your fingertips. It's a day for those little lovely happinesses. So if you actually happen to have a Jupiter trine aspect to Venus in your natal chart, or in your ninth divisional chart, which is a very important chart that we utilize when we're looking at many astrology important readings regarding relationship and older age and so forth. The ninth divisional chart, so important. We'll be looking at divisional charts in the Royal Stars Academy, third level, that's coming out a little later in the year, maybe early next year. But if you have this aspect present in your natal chart or your ninth divisional chart, this can indicate that you are destined to meet a soulmate in this lifetime. It's that sort of energy, the energy of benevolent love, expanded love, love that goes beyond just the mundane, ordinary life together. When you get married and it's like, okay, now we've got to start paying the bills and we've got to, renovate the house and somebody's got to cook dinner. This is the love that feels fated, predestined, magical. And that's what this is all about. You'll still have to pay the bills. You'll still have to cook dinner, but there's magic in life with your soulmate when you've got this in your natal chart or the ninth divisional chart. So I know you're all going to be stopping the video and going and checking your ninth divisional chart right now to see what's in there in terms of a trine between Jupiter and Venus. It's very good. So it gives a general optimistic state of being, basically. This energy, we feel jovial and lighthearted. Single people can even meet a new partner with this energy forming, but there needs to be other things happening in their own personal chart as well, not just this one, or else we'd all just find a new love every time this occurs, and it does occur roughly twice a year. So it's not an unusual energy in that regard, and we certainly don't fall in love twice a year, everybody on the planet, because this is forming. It needs to be interacting with your own chart, and there needs to be other triggers forming at the same time as well for single people to meet a new partner. But it is one that can contribute if it's aligning correctly. Now, people who are in committed partnerships are going to enjoy this energy because there's an ability to charm other people, to experience harmony with other people. I'll get my words out properly. With your partners. This is business partners, this is romantic partners, this is marriage partners, whatever. There is an ability to just feel harmoniously in love with another person or in a harmonious dynamic with another person. Romance is enhanced and expanded thanks to Jupiter with Venus. We can feel actually that we are more protected. Jupiter is the great protector in the solar system. He magnetizes things to him. And so any sort of stray comets and debris and dust and stuff that could harm us here on Earth is often gathered into Jupiter's massive energy field and sucked into the big dynamic planet that is Jupiter. He is the protector of the solar system, particularly the inner personal planets, Mercury, Venus, the Moon and the Earth, and of course Mars as well fall under his protection. Quite an amazing planet. So much to talk about when you're talking about Jupiter in that regard. So with a beautiful trine to Venus, we can be protected from accidents, injuries, and just general negative energy. Hallelujah, don't we all need that? Travel can go well. It's an excellent time for Venusian art, music, entertainment, going out for dinner, to a fine dining restaurant and enjoying the good fortune or luxuries and pleasures that life can afford. Money matters can flourish because Jupiter is great wealth. Venus happens to be just general money. And of course, Jupiter is expanding what he's touching here in a benevolent way. We can see our money grow and expand in some manner. Desires are easily fulfilled. Shopping expeditions are very enjoyable. I've already mentioned that. You can receive favors from women. Women might bless your life. Women might, particularly young women, might be giving you those words of encouragement or some sort of recognition or affirmation, that kind of thing. It's a great time for parties, great time for dating and social gatherings. only thing to be aware of with all aspects, good or bad aspects, between Jupiter and Venus is just watch out for the sweets. Jupiter expands Venus's love for chocolate and, ice cream sundaes and lollies and all those sorts of things. And of course, if you're trying to look after your health and well-being, that might be something you would prefer to avoid. Try and resist that desire. So let's break it down for all signs and see what good things are coming our way in the week ahead. Remember, this energy is forming on the 14th of September. And let's start by looking at it forming in the first house for Libra risings. Now, the reason I'm using the first house and not the Gemini energy is because, the Libra energy, not the Gemini energy. The reason I'm doing that is because the personal planet is where the energy is going to be expressed. So Venus is the personal planet. It's the inner planet. It's got that sort of the potency of affecting our personal lives, whereas Jupiter is further out and giving the energy here to Venus. So let's make a beginning. Well, the first house lord, Venus ruling Libra in the first, is going to give you a lot more charisma, Libra. You're going to feel very vibrant. Your energy is likely to be amped up somewhat. Your vital force will be enhanced. You'll have this beautiful aura about you. It's really, when we have the first house lord in the first like this and being expanded and blessed by Jupiter, it really brings a lot of blessing to us on a personal level. So, our appearance can just seem more beautiful. Our energy and our vibration is more beautiful. We make better choices in what we wear and how we present ourselves, because style and flair is very much a Libran thing, and it's enhanced all the more by this combination forming in the chart. So if you're going to like a job interview or an audition for something, you know that whatever you pick out is going to be just the thing for that particular situation. You're going to really impress with the way you come across. So this is good. This is also an energy of our self. So the self is going to be enhanced. Your personality, like I said, your charisma is going to go up a notch, so to speak. And the personal appeal, the personal magnetism that you carry is going to be greater. So because of that, it's a really good time for, as I've said in the introduction to this video, for romance to grow and flourish for you personally, because you're going to attract more attention. You're going to appeal to more people. You'll get more compliments. And of course, if you've got a date coming up or you're interacting with your partner in any sort of dynamic, it's likely to flourish and go well for you. Because of your boosted charisma, your boosted aura, your boosted energy, and the beauty that you carry. Once again, you will be protected from any sort of accidents or injuries or anything negative. So keeping that in mind, what can you do with your life knowing that you are guarded, knowing that Spirit has got your back, knowing that the universe is supporting you on the 14th of September? Make those choices and decisions, take those actions that maybe you've been postponing, thinking, is this good for me or not? The energy on the 14th of September is going to allow you to be guarded and protected in whatever undertaking you make in any field. It could be regarding money, it could be regarding relationships, it could be regarding career, it could be regarding home. Now, ordinarily, Libra, I would suggest that this energy might mean you're going to receive some sort of gift or good fortune, but it's in the house of self. So I would think for Libran people, you are going to be the instigator of your own good fortune, of a gift in your life that you love, of some sort of pleasure or luxury that you will bring to yourself. You might buy yourself a special ring on the 14th to celebrate some occasion. You might take yourself out for dinner, or you might take you and your partner out for dinner to celebrate something, or just to enjoy life's delights. So it's the instigation of pleasure and joy and gifts is coming from yourself. Now, I don't know if it's always nice to receive a gift from somebody else, but it's also lovely to honor the self by giving to the self, like For example, you may have spent 10 years on your own and you're like, I'm going to celebrate this milestone of, recovery from, let's say, a difficult relationship, and I'm going to go and buy myself a special piece of jewelry to commemorate the healing that I've gone through over the last 10 years. This sort of thing, there's so much power in this action of honoring the self, loving the self, and recognizing the journey of your soul in this lifetime in that way. So use this energy to bless the self with maybe a gift, with maybe some enjoyable experience that you and anyone you love can enjoy with you. And that said, your money matters can flourish, my beautiful Librans. So that's good. If you've got some investments, if you've, put your money down on something, it can really pay off for you now under this combination of energies. Alrighty. Thank you, lovely Librans. Moving on to our very special Scorpios, Scorpio rising, Scorpio sun, Scorpio moon. We're looking at the energy forming on the 14th of September at 20 degrees of Gemini and 20 degrees of Libra between Venus and Jupiter. And this is forming and expressing through the 12th house. So this house has to do with, a lot of financial things. You don't often hear Western astrologers talking about it, but in the Vedic system, it has to do with debts, expenses, finding bargains, all of those financial things. And so when we have a beautiful benevolent trine like this forming, money matters pertaining to any debt that you have or any expenses that you must meet can actually flourish and be blessed. So you may find, Scorpio, that you find the money to pay that bill. You can maybe, for some of you, might be paying off a debt that has been hanging over you for quite some time, and you can free yourself from that debt. You might find if you go shopping, and remember this is, as I said in the intro, a great energy for shopping, you might find that you find the bargain of a lifetime and you're like, oh my God, these shoes are my dream come true. I'm going to buy 10 pairs in every different color, absolute bargain, that sort of energy with Jupiter and Venus in the 12th house. So bargains, debts and expenses can actually be beneficial under this energy. And that means some of you, you might go into debt. Sometimes we go into debt and it actually is for positive reasons to go into debt. Maybe we're starting a new business, so we have to go into debt to, buy the cafe or, set up the coffee van or whatever it happens to be. And we go into debt for something that's actually going to pay off in the long run. And this is an energy that can affirm that sort of expenditure. Going into debt for something that is going to be positive in the long run. If you go into debt on the 14th of September for something that you hope will make you money and grow in value and accumulate for you, this is a great energy to be in the chart of that particular expenditure or outlay. You want this. It means that the blessing is going to come from that particular approach, that particular expenditure. So that's what I wanted to share about the financial side of this. This is also a protective energy, I have to say, my Scorpio friends as well. And it's protection coming from the divine. So you are protected by your guides, guardian angels, your higher self in other dimensions, whatever you like to see as your spiritual guardianship. They're on the job. They're on the job now, Scorpio. They're watching over you, protecting you. So I would encourage you to spend time as a result of this energy in prayer and meditation and gratitude to the energies in other dimensions, whatever that you feel they may be, that are guarding you and protecting you from accidents and injuries, and again also protecting you from misplaced financial expenditure. You'll make the right choices about money because you'll be guided from the beyond, from the divine that's pulling the strings. This is also a house of bed pleasures and delights in the bedroom. And of course, Venus is desire and romance. So you're in for a good time, Scorpio. Have a lot of fun with that energy. Why not? Why not? It's a beautiful experience. And you might also receive some sort of this house of karma, not necessarily good karma, but karma. You might actually receive some sort of karmic reward. Okay, so karma can be good or bad in the 12th house. Karma in the 5th house is always positive, and the 9th house, I should say, as well. But Jupiter is coming from your 9th house to the 12th house of general karma, and general past life experiences. So you might receive some sort of reward or experience of pleasure or luxury or delight that is coming back to you from a past life. So maybe you did a good service to somebody in a past life, and you encountered that person or whoever they are in this life, their energy, and they give you some sort of compliment. They give you some sort of boost in life. Maybe they pay it forward and buy you lunch or something. You receive some sort of blessing from somebody that you knew once, whether you realize it or not. And that is a gift of good karma coming forward from a past life. So that's another thing that can unfold. Now, also Scorpio, Venus is your 12th house lord. 12th house lord in the 12th, in a very benevolent combination like this, really enhances 12th house energy. So you might have beautiful dreams. You know those dreams where everything's wonderful and the energy is so good and you just don't want to wake up? I don't know if you've seen the film Bruce Almighty, when Jennifer Aniston rips the covers off Jim Carrey, who's having the best dream of his life, and he's really frustrated. We all know that experience of waking up. We're in the middle of such a great dream. Well, this is an energy that says you're not going to wake up from that dream in the middle of it. You will see it out to the end. You'll enjoy some sort of dream, because 12th house lord in the 12th, those things are enhanced. Also, your psychic ability can be enhanced, your intuition, your connection to spirit and the divine. So it's a great day for meditating. It's a great day for escaping into some sort of peaceful surrounds and communing with your higher self. Great day for anything 12th house, anything creative, anything spiritual. Great day for healing as well, because the 12th house lord in the 12th is about spiritual healing, moksha, liberation, and you might find that you're set free from some kind of bondage, some sort of heaviness, some maybe physical component or psychological component of who you are that's been holding you back. So there can be a releasing of self-destructive behaviors, self-denial, self-sabotaging, as well as ill health here. Miracles in that sense can occur. What a day, Scorpio, something to look forward to, the 14th of September. Moving along, Sagittarius. Sagittarius rising, sun or moon energy. We are seeing, let me just hold Saggy straight there. Sagittarius loves to go for a walk in real life and also on my astro wheel. Okay, for Sagittarius, the energy from Jupiter in Gemini at 20 degrees to 20 degrees Libra, where Venus is residing, is being expressed through your benevolent 11th house. And this is like having the 11th house lord in the 11th. Well, it is the 11th house lord in the 11th, and it's expressing in an expanded way. So the 11th house lord in the 11th basically enhances all the things that the 11th house represents in the positive. And the 11th house is big dreams and goals and aspirations. It's our profitability and gainfulness. The 11th house is the money that we earn in life. There's other financial houses, they have to do with other financial resources and mechanisms for how we experience money. But this is the money that you earn. And Jupiter in a trine to the 11th house lord in the 11th can really expand your money. You can find you're on the receiving end of some incredible financial blessing. You know, if you run your own business, it's going to be a super day on this 14th of September. If you are an employee for somebody else, you might get some sort of bonus, or could even be, it might necessarily be financial. It might be recognition, some sort of accolade, some sort of highlight or increase in your reputation in some manner through this combination. So absolute flourishing. Also flourishing of your dreams and goals. You might have established some long-held dream and you're going to see it really sort of grow wings under this energy and take flight. Really fantastic energy to have the 11th house lord in the 11th and enhanced in this way. Your friendships are also going to feel really good to you now. You'll feel like you might have felt a bit distant from friends over the past couple of months, but lo and behold, along comes this energy and suddenly friends just feel like closer than ever before. You know, what is that word? Friends that stick closer than a brother. Like beautiful energy of comradeship with others that comes from this also. Now, this is also an energy of being able to fulfill your desires easily. So if you have plans and goals that you want to achieve, take action on the 14th of September. Go for it. Put things into place or make a move. Don't just sit there and wait for things to happen to you. Make a move, because the universe will be supporting you with those actions that you undertake towards achieving a goal because of this combination. Whatever that goal might look like, you might want to write a book, or you might want to start an IT service industry, maybe designing websites or something. Whatever it happens to be, that is your goal, your dream, something that you've always thought would be wonderful to do, go for it under this energy. The universe has your back, and you might even end up being quite profitable and gainful from it. Some of you Sagittarius people will be receiving some good fortune or gifts or blessings from your friends or your networks now. Your networks or your friends reach out to you. Maybe they send you a lovely surprise package in the mail, or they invite you on a really enjoyable outing that boosts your spirits and helps you feel really good about life. There is some sort of blessing and love and happiness that comes with friends as a result of this energy. Also, Jupiter, god of great wealth, to Venus, goddess of money and resources, can see in the house of our earnings and big money. Big money is an 11th house thing. We might see our money flourish. Now, if you've got some investments that you've made, if you have been, working on the stock market or dealing with currencies or something, or putting money aside in some way, you can really see the things that you've been working on growing in your life flourish, expand, and become more abundant for you. Some of you might receive a pay rise on the 14th of September. If that's something you've been expecting and looking for, it might really come your way now. We also might see this in the Vedic system is a house of winnings. Some of you might win something. So win some sort of good fortune, win some sort of a special gift, blessing here for sure. Just trying to think what else I want to mention with this combination. It is a beautiful benevolent energy. Jupiter is coming from the 7th house, so it could be that, it's most definitely that other people are influencing your success and are influencing your ability to rise under this influence, because Jupiter is in the house of other people. So it really feels to me, Sagittarius, like maybe you have a particular fan or a large audience that really wave the flag for you, that really cheer you on, and they could be of some very special significance to you around the 14th of September. They're telling everybody on social media about the amazing coffee you make at your little cafe or whatever, and your cafe just gets such a boost because of some fan or some audience that are really shouting your praises. That's what I'm feeling into for our wonderful Sagittarius. Thank you, Saggy friends. Now moving on to Capricorn. Capricorn rising, sun or moon people. The energy of Jupiter at 20 degrees of Gemini, aspecting by trine Venus at 20 degrees of Libra, is forming in your 10th house for Capricorn rising, sun or moon people. So it's expressing through the 10th house on the 14th of September. And this is the realm of the chart where you might be seeing a lot of growth, a lot of flourishing. Basically, Libra is your 10th house lord, and it's in the 10th house, which enhances everything that the 10th house represents. The 10th house is our parents-in-law, so our relationship with our parents-in-law, if we're a Capricorn person, is going to go really well. Maybe you've had a tough time with your parents-in-law, but under this energy you can resolve issues, rectify any conflicts, or feel better about the relationship that you have with your parents-in-law. You might have a great relationship with your parents-in-law, and this energy can make it feel even more wonderful. It's also the house of the father in Western astrology. And so you might notice, because of the strength of this energy, that your father's doing really well, gets out there and runs a marathon or something. He's feeling great, he's feeling vital. Life for your father can be going much better under an energy like this. Also, bosses and people in authority over us can experience similar sort of increased vital force, increased happiness, increased joy as well. This is the house of our aims and our goals in life. What do you need to do to gain recognition and success? And basically, it's be more Venusian. Capricorn, if you can be more graceful, more sweet and kind and loving, Venus energy to everybody around you, you will gain more success, because the 10th house is what we need to do to be successful. And Venus, enhanced by Jupiter here, says be Venusian. So loving, kind, gracious, sweet, all those nice Venusian things, but also Venus's style. Dress stylishly around the 14th of September. There's a good reason for this. You might not find out until maybe a week or so after that somebody noticed the way you dressed at work, for example, and they thought, that person's really got it going on. I'm going to consider them to be on this committee because they just are so professional. Look at the way they present themselves and the aura about them. I'm going to invite that person to be on this important committee or whatever. So I'm not saying that, people can't dress down if they want to, but Libra in the 10th house says this is what you need to do to be more successful in life. Dress for success. The old Roxette song, for those of you who remember that. It's important and very important around the 14th of September when Jupiter enhances the need to be stylish and sophisticated in the manner in which you express your dress. So that's one of the things that I wanted to talk about. This is also one of the houses to do with wealth matters in terms of how you can achieve more wealth. It's not the house of the rewards and gains, which is the 11th house. It's the house of what we need to do to achieve wealth. And again, I come back to the way you dress and present yourself. Very important for achieving prosperity because of this formation in your 10th house. But it is a house of your reputation and worldly power as well, and that can be enhanced also. So you might get an offer of to go on to a very important committee at work that's going to raise your profile, your reputation, your status increases because of something that unfolds on the 14th in some way. You will be very protected from any kinds of negativity at your place of career. Let's say that you don't actually work in a conventional career. Maybe, let's say you're a YouTuber or something and that's your job, or maybe, you're working from home as some sort of virtual assistant or something, for example. Then, you are going to be, let's say there's some sort of glitch in the computer system or glitch with YouTube. You're going to be protected from the outcome of that, because Jupiter, the great protector, is enhancing your 10th house lord. What you do for a career is going to be protected. I've given you an example of the internet, but it could be anything. There's a protection from negative energies in whatever career that you function in. So that's some good news for those of you who are Capricorn. You might also receive some sort of a gift or some sort of favor or good fortune from a boss or an authority figure, from your father even. You might get an invitation from your boss to go out to a special lunch that they're having for work, or maybe get free tickets from your employer to go to the football or to a concert or something like that. There is benevolence that flows from our employers and our authority figures under this influence. So money matters can flourish, as I've said, pertaining to career. Gifts and good fortune and pleasures associated with career or with a father figure, and protection from negative energy, all unfolding in a strong benevolent way around the 14th of September. Thank you, Capricorn. All right, Aquarius rising, sun or moon people. The energy of Jupiter in a beautiful trine to Venus at 20 degrees of these air signs is forming and expressing through Libra, the 9th house for our Aquarius friends. And this is happening on the 14th in most parts of the world, 14th of September. So what this means is that the 9th house lord is in the 9th house, and this enhances the capacity of the 9th house. It strengthens 9th house things. So if you are an Aquarian person and you are working with trying to get a visa or immigrating or going to another country or traveling somewhere, you are going to be held. There is blessing here in that process for you because of the 9th house lord being so enhanced and expanded in the 9th house. So if you're relocating to another country, country, blessing comes around the 14th of September. This is also a house of grandchildren. So if you are somebody who has grandchildren, you might find that your grandchildren are just the light of your life. You're getting a lot of joy from them. They're flourishing. Life is going well for your grandchildren around the 14th of September. If you have a second life partner, if you've married for the second time, this is the house of the second life partner, and you might find that your partner is succeeding and flourishing and enjoying life and doing well in life for some reason or another that occurs on the 14th of September or thereabouts, day before, day after. You can sort of give a little bit there as well. This is the ninth house of luck in the Vedic astrology system. And so you might find that you get particularly lucky. Something really goes well for you. You know, you land on your feet, or, you're protected from some difficulty in life very strongly. Some good fortune comes to you. You know, this is a good day for winning the lottery. There are certain configurations that help you succeed better with sort of lotteries and raffles and speculations like that. This one is sort of more benevolent results rather than sort of running out and buying a lottery ticket under this energy. So if you've got perhaps a ticket sitting in your purse or your wallet, check it out. See if you won something on on the 14th of September. It's also the house in Vedic astrology of spiritual development and finding mentors that bless us. So entirely possible that you might come across some sort of mentor that really lifts you up, that inspires you, that helps you heal, that helps you grow, that helps you understand. So celebrate that. You know, I'm not saying that some people are better than others, you know, and they're gurus and I'm not. That's rubbish. You know, we are all able to be in touch with our higher self and our higher wisdom and our higher understanding. But there are times when we encounter somebody who just speaks some words and it goes right to our heart. And we're like, that's what I needed to hear. That's the wisdom I needed to embrace. So that may happen for you around the 14th of September. Just so you know, I am a big non-believer in putting other people up on a pedestal in any way, shape or form. That's where I think religions really fall down, by elevating man instead of elevating our own individual capacity to connect with the divine. So this is a house of faith and spirituality, and many of you are going to have that greater, deeper depth and connection with the divine because of the enhancement of the ninth house under this energy on the 14th of September. So you might have a very mystical experience. Actually, that's more 8th house. More of a just a feeling of, you pray and you feel like you've been heard by your higher self. You meditate, you read some spiritual book or philosophical book, and you just have this feeling of peace, feeling of oneness. It's quite beautiful. Some of you may also have some sort of significant eureka moment, some deep understanding, some sort of light bulb goes off in your mind and you get it. Something makes sense. So quite an exciting time in that regard. I love it when I get those goosebump moments and epiphanies and things fall into place and I understand some philosophy or some idea or something that's happening in the world. I understand. This is a house of understanding. It's also a house of life purpose. And so because the ninth house lord is so benevolently interacting with your ninth house here, Aquarius, you might find that on the 14th of September, you get some sort of inspiration for your future, something that sets you up really to know where you're heading. You might enroll in a university degree, or you might decide to travel to a particular country and experience a particular culture because in some way, shape or form, it's part of your purpose. It's part of your life destiny to do so, to get that university degree, to go and visit Cambodia, to whatever it happens to look like. So certainly some sort of life purpose and meaning and inspiration happens around the 14th of September. So I'll just conclude this by saying you are very protected under this energy, and you might also receive some sort of, like I said, a eureka moment from words of wisdom from some sort of benevolent person in your life, but also good fortune or a gift can come. And this is the house in the Vedic system of the father. So some of you might be receiving a gift from a father figure. Some of you might be enjoying pleasures because a father figure has given you some sort of blessing, or some sort of luxurious experiences at the bequest of your father, or a father type person in your life. So lots of lovely things unfolding for our gorgeous Aquarian friends. Thank you, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Now, my very pretty Pisces, Pisces Rising, Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon people, we Pisces are having our ruler Jupiter making a trine between, or Venus actually making a trine to Jupiter, but it's expressing through the personal planet more so than the outer planet Jupiter. So it's our 8th house where we're going to experience this beautiful, benevolent, auspicious energy. And that means it's going to enhance our 8th house, because Pisces rising, Venus is your 8th house lord, in case you weren't aware of that. So when we have this sort of thing happening, it's happening at 20 degrees of these signs, the air signs, and it's also happening on the 14th of September. When we have this sort of thing happening, it's enhancing our 8th house lord in the 8th house, making 8th house things flourish and blossom in our life. So we might receive some sort of help from other people, some assistance from other people in life. This is a financial house that has to do with the resources of other people and how the resources of others bless us. So there might be some, like I said, some external assistance that comes your way. You might get a big tax payout, big tax break, or receive some sort of blessing from a business loan or a mortgage, or some big investment that you've made. You might find that your mortgage is paid out and you've got a reason to celebrate. You might find, $100 in your coat pocket that you forgot you put there last time you went out to a concert on a winter's night, and you go and put your coat back on, and oh my God, there's $100. This is the kind of windfalls that can happen with an 8th house enhancement of this nature as well. Payouts, lucky breaks and things like that. So if you are, let's say you're in a bit of a bind or in a difficult situation, Pisces, and you're thinking, should I go and ask mum and dad for some support and some help? Under this influence on the 14th of September, I would say yes. Usually this energy, unless there's something sort of holding it back in your natal chart, this is an energy that says, yeah, that's available to you. Support from other people. Could be parents, could be a partner, business partner, could be a marriage partner. That those people are seen from the 7th house, and their money is seen from the 8th house, the 2nd house from the 7th. So we can ask our partners or our audience members, our clients, for assistance or help. Now, that need not always be financial, like, coins and dollars. It could be that you ask your clients to promote you in some way. You could ask your clients for that sort of social media support. Support from other people is always seen through the 8th house, Pisces. So any kind of support, moral support, emotional support, physical support, material support, financial support, all come from the 8th house. So don't be afraid to reach out and ask for support if you need it, and assistance if you need it at this time. Now, the 8th house is also enhanced, all 8th house things that have to do with the occult and mysticism and magic. And many of you might have a wonderful experience with some sort of mystical healer, Reiki healer, psychologist, astrologer, shaman, any kind of healing, sort of energy healers, or acupuncture healers, like somebody who shifts the energy in your body and restores you. That's what we can see. So that's why I say psychologists in the same breath as Reiki healers, because they are both shifting the energy. One's a mental energy and the other is the physical chi. So vibrational medicine very much connected with the 8th house. Big healing through vibrational medicine. I've been really looking into this lately. It is so transformative and exciting. I love it. And you know what? The sun came out from behind a cloud outside my window, just as I said that. People, it is magic. Vibrational medicine, check it out if you haven't done so already. This includes things like Bach flower remedies, but there's so much more to it than that. So these things are enhanced. Now, if you are also on the brink of change, Pisces, and I believe many of you are, then this might trigger some sort of fast life change, 180-degree turnaround that happens in the blink of an eye for the greater good. This is big change, 8th house, that happens in the case of this combination, not for negative, but for positive in your life. So it could be a sexual experience that takes you, because the house of sex as well, to some sort of high level of ecstasy that increases your vibration in a very healthy, dynamic way, changes your life completely. It could be that you receive, like I've talked about, some sort of support from somebody that changes your financial situation completely. Some sort of windfall, some inheritance, and all of a sudden the dark clouds part and out does come the sun, Pisces. Lots of blessing is available when the 8th house gets triggered. Many astrologers, especially the Vedic astrology side of things, tend to see this house incredibly negatively. They really don't like the 8th house. But to my mind, the 8th house is actually, and I say this because I've got 3 planets in the 8th house, is quite a powerful house once you learn to understand its energy and use it, because it is a house of empowerment. Absolutely. But often we have to go through the loss of our power in order to know how to take it back. And that's very 8th house. So Pisces, you might be receiving something that gives you your power back, that gives you your strength back, where somewhere in the past you've lost it. Maybe somebody did you wrong and really hurt you, and you thought you loved that person. You think about them for months and weeks and years afterwards, after they let you down. And then along comes this energy and it says, I'm going to change that. We're going to turn that right around. We're going to heal that experience, and you no longer think about them. You are set free. You take your power back where they stole it from you. You own your power and say, I am not going down that dark tunnel anymore. So that can happen for many Pisces people as well. Really lovely. Moving on from something that wounded you, something that hurt you, something that is holding you back in life. I honestly, that little bit that I just gave you there, Pisces, that don't know where that came from, but I know there's at least one Pisces out there who needed to hear that you're going to move on from some darkness that you have been subjected to. Some healing is coming. And I imagine more than one person, but that was for somebody. Now, we've talked about money matters pertaining to other people's resources flourishing with this combination. You might receive a gift or some good fortune or some just benevolence from another person in your life. We've talked about that. But also, I just want to conclude by saying you're going to be very well protected from accidents, Pisces, or negative energy. This is a house that's about the pulling aside of the veil. When you talk about the lifting the veil, it's going to the things that are beyond what you ordinarily know. Sometimes on those other sides, there's some dark energy. And so there's a little bit of a dangerous feel to the 8th house, an edgy feel, because it rules the veil, it rules the doorway to the other dimensions, the other understandings of life that can be sometimes a little bit dark. And just as an aside, this is why anybody with 8th house planets will tend to see the truth of what is going on in the world very clearly before other people realize it. You might want to call them conspiracy theorists if you like, but I prefer alternative dimensional understanding, let's call it that. There might be many other more positive names we can give it. The media has certainly tainted the idea of a conspiracy theorist, but they're often people with strong 8th house representations, because they can see beyond the veil, beyond the illusion, beyond what is going on the surface with all the propaganda and all the BS. They see beyond it, and they see what really is the truth underneath all the lies. So if you want to understand what's going on in the world, my friends, and make sense of all the craziness that's out there, find somebody who's got a strong 8th house, because they are going to usually have their finger on the pulse. Particularly like something like this, 8th house Lord in the 8th, very strong understanding of these things, very strong. A dignified planet in the 8th house is going to give you a lot of insight to the hidden things of life. And also in this case, for we Pisces people, we're very protected from these negative energies, these hidden things, hidden agendas that are unfolding in the world right now. And that gives me a lot of peace. I spoke about this in a video 2 weeks ago, how the outer planets, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, are forming a minor grand trine to protect us. Check that video out if you haven't done so already. But for Pisces people, this is a protection energy that keeps us safe from the harms of other, I'm going to say other dimensions, but even here on planet Earth, the things that are unfolding that are hidden, secretive, secret societies, secret organizations that look to bring us down. We are protected. Good news, Pisces. Alrighty, thank you so much, Pisces. Aries rising, Aries sun, Aries moon people, puts the energy on the 14th of September, forming between Jupiter at 20 degrees of Gemini and Libra at 20 degrees, Venus in Libra at 20 degrees in the 7th house. And whenever we have the 7th house Lord in the 7th, in this kind of dynamic, it enhances everything that has to do with the 7th house. You want to grow your clients, Aries? This is what could happen for you around the 14th of September. You might grow your client list. You might increase your audience. You might potentially meet somebody who you might have a bit of a fling with or a love affair with under this energy. You might attract more love and more romance into your life. You might attract a committed partner into your life, or find somebody who you want to partner with in business. That can also happen. So all things 7th house are enhanced. This is also in the Vedic system a house that's connected to foreign trade. Not everybody knows that in the West, but in the Vedic system it is. And so you might have success in foreign trade and success with business. It's a business house. Business often involves sort of contracts, clients and sort of making sort of legal agreements and so forth. And these are all very 7th house things, and so very connected to business. So you could have a lot of success with all of those 7th house things. In fact, your money could flourish from a growth in your client list, because Jupiter is great wealth and Venus is money in general, and they're making this benevolent interaction on the 14th of September. So you could grow your money from your clients, your audience. You could grow your money from any sort of contracts you've made or promises or vows you've made. Really, this is a beautiful energy, and I just want to point out that it's a protective energy as well. It's a lucky energy, yes, but part of that luck is to be protected from the negative. And this is one of the houses of divorce, actually. It is the house of all legalities that have to do with divorce. So, or all legalities that for any type of relationship demise, so divorce or the dissolving of a contract or the end of a contract with a business partner and that sort of thing, that's also represented from the 7th house. And when we have an empowered 7th house Lord like this moving through our 7th house, we are protected from negativity, detriment, dissolution of those vows and promises. So maybe you felt like your marriage was on the brink of, collapsing. This energy on the 14th of September, something might happen that breathes new life into a relationship, that gives some fresh air to the relationship, and the winds of hope. I'm using a lot of breath energy, which is very air sign, breath descriptive words, I should say. But this might revive a relationship that was floundering. Now, that could be a marriage. It could be a business partnership as well. Something might happen around the 14th of September that lifts it up, lifts it out of the doldrums in some way, and gives it a new lease, if you like. So protection from the demise, protection from difficulty for any kind of relationship, really. Some of you Aries people might be receiving some sort of gift from a partner, partner comes home and surprises you with a bunch of flowers and a box of chocolates. Or you might get an invite from a partner out to, some sort of flashy restaurant, because Venus is indulgences and food, out to some flashy restaurant for a business meeting or something. So you go out for a business meeting with your business partner to some decadent place. Those sorts of things can go very, very well also. Some benevolence, some gift of good fortune and pleasure and enjoyment coming from somebody else. So also I want to just mention that your romantic life can be enhanced. So this is particularly pertinent to people who are married, because this is the house of people who are in contractual love relationships, not the dating, not the boyfriend girlfriend kind of thing. It's the committed partnerships. And if you are in a committed relationship already, this is an energy for romance and fun together, pleasure and delight together in a romantic sense. So that's what I'm seeing for our beautiful Aries friends. Taurus rising, Taurus sun, Taurus moon people, the energy of our gorgeous trine between Jupiter at 20 degrees of Gemini and Venus at 20 degrees of Libra is forming on the 14th of September. And this is going to enhance for Taurus people the strength of the 6th house, because when we have the Lord of a house in the house, Venus rules Libra, it amplifies or strengthens the themes of that house. Not only that, but because we've got a benevolent energy from Jupiter, it's extra enhanced. So what this means is that you might receive some sort of advice or wisdom about a healer. Maybe you've been suffering from some sort of problem. Maybe you're tired or lethargic, or your body feels swollen and bloated, or aching joints, or whatever the issue might be. And somebody says, you need to go and see this person. They practice this type of vibrational medicine, and they're the ones who can really get to the core of the problem. I'm big on vibrational medicine at the moment. I've just had a wonderful healing from certain things in my life due to vibrational medicine. Very grateful. But Taurus, it could be that somebody suggests something to you and you're like, oh my God, that's exactly what I need, because that's exactly what I'm going through. I'm going to go and deal with this. I'm going to follow up on this. Your health, your well-being can be blessed and flourish because of this energy. So you get what you need to help your health grow. You might read an article about diet and it really resonates with you, and you're like, that's it. I'm going to cut out all types of processed sugars, and I'm just going to eat pure, like real paleo or real keto or whatever it is that floats your boat. But you're going to come across some information that will really support your health, support your well-being, support your body and your spirit as well. 6th house is a house of balance between body and spirit. Now, ordinarily, Venus rules sweet foods, and Jupiter enhances Venus's desire for sweet foods. So just be a bit careful. Of all the signs, Taurus, you guys are the ones that might be a bit indulgent in that regard with this energy. So just be conscious. Consciousness will be your powerhouse on the 14th of September. It's a good idea to do some toxicity clearing, purging, cleansing, some sort of practical healing and cleaning out of the system under this energy. Perhaps do that instead of cracking out the chocolate or the, decadent dessert wine or whatever it happens to be. This is a house of hard work, but under this beautiful energy, hard work isn't going to feel like hard work. When we do something we love, we never work a day in our lives. That's the old saying. And that's what it's going to feel like for Taurus people. You're going to be doing something, maybe just your everyday work, your everyday routine, or being in your workplace, but it's going to feel great. It's going to feel like joy. It's going to feel like, I'm right where I need to be. I'm doing what I need to do. So fantastic energy. You might also find that This is an energy that supports you to overcome in a very easy way any confrontations, any difficulties with enemies, any sort of imbalances in your life. You can sort of bring back into fairness and equality, because this beautiful energy will protect you from anything of a negative variety, from enemies, from accusations, from conflict, basically. So you can be protected from conflict. You can be protected from that negativity and bring things back into harmony. This is a energy that has to do with cleanliness as well. Sixth house is cleanliness. And I would suggest that by cleaning your home, cleaning out your cupboards, this energy that's forming between Jupiter and Venus is going to be really enhanced. Honoring the sixth house themes will enhance the Jupiter Venus benevolence. So clean your house and you are going to feel on top of the world. You might even find somebody, like maybe you've been looking for a cleaner because you're just too busy to clean, and you're starting to drown in the dust in your house. And so you might actually on this 14th of September find somebody, brilliant cleaner, has a space in her client list, and you're like, bonus, this is great. And she comes and gives your house a clean and you're like, oh, I can breathe again. I feel sane again. My house is looking great. So honor the sixth house energy of cleanliness in some manner. Could be your house, could be your clothing, it could be your kitchen, it could be cleaning out your body, cleansing it with a toxicity cleanse. Honor the energy of cleaning, which is a sixth house thing, and you will find that blessing flows. Blessing of joy, blessing of abundance, blessing, even financial blessing. You might even find that if you honor that sixth house energy of cleansing, that suddenly more benevolence flows into your life. Good fortune, you might get a gift of some sort or some sort of opportunity for some luxurious experience. But everything is energy, everything is vibration. If you're living in a cluttered environment, a dusty, dirty environment, then the energy doesn't flow. It's contaminated, it's stagnant. You've got to honor, Taurus, this sixth house energy in order for the beautiful themes of this combination to truly flow. The healing, the well-being, the happiness, the joy that can come with this, the ability to resolve debts, the ability to overcome conflicts and so forth. They won't flow for you until you honor the sixth house themes, which are cleaning up your environment, and then you'll see the energy flow. Thank you, my beautiful Taurus, rising, sun, or moon. Now, Gemini, rising, sun, or moon, we are seeing, if we are Gemini, the energy of Jupiter at 20 degrees of Gemini, making a trine to Venus at 20 degrees of Libra. This is expressing through the Venus energy, which is in the fifth house. And indeed, for a Gemini person, Libra is the fifth house lord in the fifth house at this time. And so that means that there is great enhancement of fifth house themes. The trine from Jupiter not only is to Venus, it is to the fifth house lord in the fifth, and that expands and blesses everything to do with the fifth house. So this can be your children. Gemini, if you have kids, your kids are going to be full of fun and joy and frivolity. They are going to make you smile. They are going to make you laugh. You are going to want to play with them all the more because, Gemini, you're very playful as it is anyway, but all the more so you might be playing games with your kids, or your kids might be having some sort of fun party or something, and it's just good times with children. And I mean, who doesn't love it when we're in that energy? What a great enhancement of the fifth house that is. Fun. But even if you don't have children, Gemini, you might be experiencing more fun. This is a house of joy. It's a house of excitement and happiness. And so something might be happening in your life that brings you joy, excitement, happiness. Some good news might come your way. Somebody might invite you to a party. Somebody might ask you out to some sort of luxurious Venus experience, some fun party restaurant, or maybe it could be like a theatre cabaret restaurant or something. There's one in Melbourne, I think in Williamstown, that's about the Titanic, and you're actually a passenger on the Titanic. I've really wanted to do that. If anyone's been to that Titanic theatre, cabaret, whatever it is, restaurant, that's a very fifth house kind of thing. Do comment in the comment section. I'd love to know whether it's worth going to. It does look like fun from what I've seen. But that kind of fun to do with theatre and, dressing up and having a good time kind of stuff. Also glamour. Glamour is a fifth house thing, and Venus is in Libra, is to be very stylish. So glamour, confidence, these sorts of experiences are going to come your way in abundance as a result of this energy on the 14th, my Gemini friends. Probably get a bit of ego validation too, which, a lot of people in modern spiritual movements say, oh, ego's bad and whatever. But look, we all like to get a bit of a pat on the back now and then. And this is an energy that might bring it to you, my beautiful Gemini friends. This is also the house of where we have sex for fun, sex for joy. Now, 8th house is our sexual self, our sexual expression, and even sex that can take us to a high plane of understanding, sort of going into orgasm that does, takes us into another dimension and this very spiritual kind of experience. That's 8th house stuff. But this one, 5th house, just get it on for the sake of getting it on, fun and joy, sexual chemistry with another person. And that's why the 5th house is connected also to love affairs and romance. And Venus energy is romance, goddess of romance. So you're going to get a double dose of romance in your life. If you're in some sort of boyfriend-girlfriend dynamic or in a partnership of any sort, you will likely have a very romantic experience, Gemini, around the 14th. Now, if you're single, this could mean that, maybe you get some sort of gift from a secret admirer or something, or an invite out for coffee, a coffee date with somebody that you didn't even know liked you. It could look like that. There could be some sort of energy for romance and dating on the cards for single people as well. But even if that doesn't unfold for our Gemini friends who are single, what's to stop you romancing yourself? What's to stop you having a date with yourself? Because the 5th house lord is in the 5th. I don't care who you are, whether you're like, no, that just makes me feel more lonely. No, 5th house lord in the 5th means you have the ability, should you choose to experience it, because everything is a choice in that regard. We have willpower. If you choose to experience it, dating yourself could be one of the best things that ever happens this year. You might decide, what, I'm on my own, but God damn it, I'm going to book a weekend away. I did this once when I was single. I booked a weekend away at the flashiest resort in Daylesford, a spa town in Victoria. And I went down and I just spent the whole weekend at their 5 chef's hat restaurant, and had a massage and, did all those nice decadent things, Venus things for myself. I look back at that and think it was one of the best weekends I ever spent. Just me, on my own, enjoying and romancing myself. So good. So good. So don't limit yourself, my friends. If you are single and on your own, don't limit yourself. This is an energy that you can utilize, if you choose to have a much happier experience and a joyful life. And you deserve a joyful life, no matter what your relational status is. Now, also, this is a house of gambling and taking risks. It could be a good time to do this. Jupiter is gambling and he's in your 1st house at the moment. So yes, Jupiter can give you some successes in gambling, and Venus, 5th house lord in the 5th. For you guys, probably out of all signs, you guys are the ones that can actually succeed with a bit of gambling, or, buying a raffle ticket down the street when you go down and there's a meat raffle or something to go into. This is the energy of success for that. You need good dynamics with your own personal chart as well. But generally speaking, luck is more on your side with this particular combination. So I'm loving this energy for our beautiful Gemini friends. If you are seeking to be a celebrity, if that's something on the cards for you, that's something you want to achieve, then it can actually go well for you to take those strides forward in that regard, to see some sort of movement in that direction. Maybe you get offered a part in the local musical or something like that, or maybe you get a gig on a TV ad or something, and it could be your big break kind of thing. This is sort of benevolence and blessing flowing to your 5th house of being a celebrity, being popular, being recognized. That's what I'm seeing for our Gemini rising sun or moon people. Use that energy to the best of your advantage, Gemini. All right, Cancer rising, Cancer sun, Cancer moon people. The energy of our beautiful trine between Jupiter at 20 degrees of Gemini and Libra at Venus at 20 degrees of Libra is expressing through the Venus personal planet in the fourth house. So when we have the fourth house Lord like this in the fourth house, enhanced by a trine from Jupiter, we get abundant fourth house things. Cancer, this is an exciting placement to have because this is our life foundation, our core emotional strength, and your emotions are going to be so much more buoyant around the 14th of September. Upbeat, loving life, dancing for joy, having a good time, feeling like the world is behind you or the universe is behind you, helping you flourish. This energy is a gift and a blessing to your emotional state of well-being. It'll help you feel more comfortable. It'll help you feel more safe and secure in the world. Maybe give you more of a sense of belonging where you are as well. And like a double whammy energy of protection, emotional protection, physical protection. You're going to feel safe. Something might happen in your life that causes you to feel more grounded where you are, more established where you are, safer where you are. Things are going to start to feel solid. And we all love that feeling. Nobody likes to have the rug pulled out from under them. Some of us cope better when the rug is pulled out from under us, depending on what your chart configuration is like, but nobody likes that experience. And so this feeling of stability and safety, which you love, Cancer, is going to be certainly very present around the 14th, 15th of September. Some of you might be reconnecting with your roots and your heritage, your lineage at this time. That's going to feel really good. So you might decide you're going to give mum and dad a call. You haven't spoken to them in a month and it's time that you're caught up and you have a wonderful old chinwag on the Zoom chat and catch up with mum and dad. You know, getting back to where your heritage, getting back to where you come from. Some of you might go home for a few days and just feel really restored and revitalized because of this energy as well. This is an energy for those of you who are retired and around retirement age. This is an energy of feeling really good about your situation with retirement. For those of you who are preparing for retirement, something might happen to sort of set you up with a better retirement situation around the 14th or the 15th of September. Yeah, because the fourth house is connected to the latter stages of our life, which obviously include retirement. Fourth house is real estate and property and houses and homes and residences. And this benevolent energy for many of our lovely Cancer people could see you find your dream home. It could see you finding the house you want to buy. Or maybe it's like you decide you're going to renovate your house because you're sick to death of certain things in your current situation. And here, blessing comes, you find the right builder to do the right job and turn your home around. So blessing comes with sort of renovations, relocating, finding a new home, finding the house you want to live in. Blessing. The universe has your back here. And you'll be protected as well. If you find a house like that you want to rent or something like that, you'll be protected on the 14th and 15th from making a mistake and signing, a lease agreement for a house that was formerly a meth lab or something. You'll be protected from that kind of negativity, negative energy. So good news there. I've been watching Breaking Bad lately, hence that comment. Now, also, this is a house of gardening and farming, also fishing as well. Some of you might simply get involved in those activities and just have so much joy, so much happiness, I really need to get into my garden. It's spring here and things have sprung, absolutely. And, I need a nice sunny day to get out in the garden. And then, that feeling like manual labor does this. I love manual labor. Mowing the lawn or pulling out weeds or whatever. You stand back at the end of a hard day's work in the garden and you're like, look at this. How fantastic. It went from looking like absolute shite to magnificence. This should be on the cover of Home Beautiful. I love that feeling. And so you might just get a lot of joy and a lot of personal satisfaction and happiness out of getting into the garden, growing some veggies, going for a fish, The other day, David and I watched A River Runs Through It, which is an old Brad Pitt film, and all about fly fishing. And I've never really been interested in fishing in my entire life. I'm a Pisces, leave the little fish in the river, But watching that film did give fishing quite a lot of beauty. And I thought, there's some actually a bit of romance to this whole fishing idea, isn't there, sometimes? So you might get a lot of joy out of going fishing even. Not Gemini, Cancer friends. Now, this is also the house of our mother. So if this isn't expressing in some of the ways that I've described here, it could be that your mother is experiencing these things. She goes fishing, or she gets stuck into the garden and has a wonderful day in the garden. Maybe she goes shopping and buys something for her home, because Venus energy is to go shopping and spend money. She might be buying something beautiful for her home, a new couch, a new, bed linen or something, buying something for the home. So it could be that your mother is experiencing this energy instead. She just might be feeling very happy, very joyful, very glad, which is lovely. We all wish that for our mothers. Even the evil witch mothers out there, we just wish they'd lighten up and find some joy. So let's hope that that's the case for all Cancer friends and their mothers at this time, 14th of September. Now, some of you might have a very positive interaction with a real estate agent under this influence, and you might find that a real estate agent sort of gives you a gift. Now, that's odd sounding, I know, but I have been the recipient of a beautiful bunch of flowers when I sold a house one time from a real estate agent. So, that was a beautiful gift that I didn't expect. And gorgeous bunch of flowers, actually. So there might be some sort of benevolence from a real estate agent, but also some sort of good fortune or gift or abundance that comes from a mother figure or the maternal line, some sort of a family or parental energy, grandmother, grandfather, that kind of thing, could be blessing you in some way, Cancer. So, your good fortune might flourish because of your family in some manner around the 14th here. And your family will also be protected, Cancer, from any negative influences. Families really need that in this day and age. There's a real attack on family. I'm not even saying that it has to be like the conventional nuclear family as it's referred to, but any type of family. It just seems to be under attack, whether you're two mums or two dads or conventional mum and dad or whatever. There's just it boggles my mind what I see happening out there to sort of bring down the role of parents, to bring down the happiness of children by confusing them, mixing up their minds with all sorts of BS. It's horrific. And can I just say, Cancer, you who are quite family oriented, many of you, this is an energy for protecting your family. I hope and pray that it helps you see through the lies that are being fed, the illusions that they're spinning around, our family lives that are deceitful and destructive. So I do hope that this energy shines a light on these things in where it's happening in your life so that you can protect your children. It is an energy of protection. Jupiter is the great protector of the solar system. So, and this energy between these two can be very protective as well in a house of guardianship. So I do feel that many of you are going to be stepping up and protecting your families, and you're supported by the universe to do so around the 14th of September. Something might happen and you will take a stand to honor and protect your family. Thank you, Cancer. Leo rising, Leo sun, and Leo moon, people. The energy of interaction between Jupiter at 20 degrees of Gemini to Venus at 20 degrees of Libra. Beautiful trine is forming on the 14th of September, and this is influencing your third house. Now, when we have the third house lord in the third, enhanced by a trine from Jupiter, it is going to really cause third house things to flourish and blossom in our lives. So if you've been writing a short course, Leo, I'm currently doing my advanced level of astrology. Around the 14th of September, you might get, all the time in the world you need to put that effort into creating that course, to build that course. There might be some blessing. Maybe you get a lot of people buy your course. This is the house of short courses, whether you're participating in it or you're writing them or hosting them or whatever. Leo, blessing coming your way for a short course that you do, or some sort of seminar or course that you're involved in. It is also the house of small business. So Leo, if you run your own business, and many Leo people do because they struggle to work for authority figures, Leo people are very autonomous and they like to be their own authority. And some of you might be really working on your own business under this energy and seeing it flourish. So maybe you get an influx of orders for whatever it is that you do with your small business, or you get a lot of social media coverage in some way that causes your small business to flourish. Maybe you've got bookings coming out your ears as a result of this energy of benevolence. Third house lord in the third helps your small business to flourish. If you're a crafts person, somebody who likes to use their hands, maybe you're a hairdresser, maybe you're a cabinet maker or something, you will see your particular trade, your particular skill set flourish. You might learn something new, a new technique, a new tool or something that's going to help you really get the leading edge with what you do. That might come your way on the 14th of September. It's the third house we're talking about. You might find that you get an opportunity to speak. Third house is speaking. You might be talking on social media. You might be, being very present on the internet in some way. You might be giving a talk to somebody or something about something you know a lot about. You might be writing a journal article that gets accepted by a very reputable journal. That sort of thing could be happening for our Leo friends. And one of the things I love about this combination of energies is that the third house has to do with our self-made wealth, Leo, the money we make from our own skills and abilities. And so that's why it's a house of small business, which is exactly that. But this is a benevolent interaction between the god of great wealth and the goddess of money. And you might see some sort of some way that you make money. Maybe it's a side hustle. Maybe it's not your full-time job, or you don't have a side business, but you have a market stall on the weekend or something. This is an energy that you're going to see like flourishing, growth, abundance, and good fortune come from however you generate self-made wealth in your life. So quite lovely. You might receive a gift of blessing also, Leo, from a neighbor. Maybe one of your neighbors of your community hears that maybe you haven't been feeling very well or something, and they drop a casserole around to you. And there's this gift of something nice, something heartfelt, something beautiful from a neighbor or from your community in some way. Really lovely. I had a situation, this is probably about 14 years ago. I just had become a mum with 3 little children, and I had one of the local churches in the town that I lived in at the time drop a big care package around, and it was full of all beautiful food and bath products and things like that. And it was just that sort of beautiful, kind gift. It just made I remember it 14 years later, how it made me feel and how supported and loved I felt from that gift from my community. Now, it doesn't have to be a church or any other organization, but your community is often represented by the third house. So that can happen for some Leos. And you don't have to be in a difficult situation to receive that sort of blessing from your community either. This is an energy where you will be protected as well. Jupiter energy is protecting Venus, third house lord in the third. So protected from accidents, protected from injuries, protected from negative energy. This can be a bit of a gossipy house, people sort of wanting to know the latest. Oh, tell us what's going on in your life, or gossip down the street about, oh, did you see this person? I saw them out with this other person the other night. And I'm thinking of that Harper Valley PTA song as I'm talking about this. You are protected from that sort of gossipy stuff, that sort of titter-tatter in the community, talking about other people behind their back. There's some protection. Third house energies here, thanks to Venus, third house lord in the third, and Jupiter, the lord, the god of protection, really, in the solar system, making an aspect that benefits you. So that's what I'm seeing for lovely Leo. Virgo rising, Virgo sun, and Virgo moon, people. Thank you so much for hanging around to the very end, Virgo. I like to, as you know, mix up who goes first, because as a Pisces, I'm sick to death of getting the dregs in astrological readings, maybe I should say this in one of my intros sometimes, but often by the time you get to the end of a whole hour-long video or a 2 or 3 hour-long video, the presenter's exhausted. And their ability to connect to the divine and receive inspiration and receive flow can be depleted or burnt out. And so Pisces, if it's always going last, always gets the sort of the short end of the straw. And not that that's what you're going to get today, Virgo, at all. But I just want to say this is why I mix up who goes where, and why I change it around from week to week, so that no one sign ever gets an exhausted Kesenya at the end of a 3-hour reading or something. So that said, what we're looking at this week is the energy of Jupiter at 20 degrees of Gemini, trining Venus, your second house lord, at 20 degrees of Libra. And this is essentially the second house lord in the second. And whenever we have the lord of a house in the house it rules, and in a trine from such a benefic like Jupiter, we're going to find an expansion and a blessing of that house. How gorgeous to have this happening in the second house. The second house is the resources that we have at our beck and call, so to speak. It's our savings. It's the things that we can fall back on. So it's not so much the money you earn from the job you've got. That's 11th house. This is the money that you've saved, your investment in gold or silver or currencies or whatever, or crypto, whatever. It is your investments, your hoarding, the things that are stored up to support your body and its journey. It could be a full pantry of yummy food that you've stored up. It could be, savings that you've put aside for a rainy day kind of thing. That is second house energy. And so these things are enhanced. You might be inspired to go and purchase some particular currency on the 14th of September, Virgo. And if you feel a little angel on your shoulder saying, oh, you should buy this one, well, absolutely, you should listen to that, because this energy could be guiding you to the right approach. In fact, Jupiter is a very protective energy here, and in him sort of whispering in your ear, go and buy such and such currency, or invest in this or that or the other, you go and do so, and you're protected for the future because of the energy of spirit speaking to your spirit, the divine speaking to your spirit about second house matters on the 14th of September. Money matters can really flourish for us, Virgo, at this time. I find this very exciting. You might even be growing and enhancing your storehouse of resources. So, maybe you're bottling apricots or something like that. Probably apricots are out of season in the Northern Hemisphere by now. Maybe you're looking at sort of peaches or getting into apples or something. But you're storing things up. And whatever you store up under this energy is going to be a blessing for you in the future. Really, really wonderful. It's going to help you feel more stable. It's going to help you feel more secure to have these things stored up for your well-being into the future. And certainly I know it can be hard to do so, Virgo, at times. Life is demanding, and sometimes it can really deplete our resources. But if you just endeavor to put some things aside, you're going to feel really good and stable and solid about your future. I'm a sewer, everybody knows that. I have a whole cupboard full of cloth that I have accumulated over the years. I'm going to keep it at one cupboard and no more. But I like having that there, because to my mind, I think to myself, if we ever go through another Great Depression where we can't afford to, buy clothes, if that should ever happen, I know I'm going to be fine. I've got a whole cupboard full of clothing I can sew for my children or my future grandchildren or for myself or for Dave. We're going to be okay when it comes to clothing because I've got my storehouse stored up. It goes for anything. And so you're going to find, great ways to help you feel more stable, more secure under this influence around the 14th regarding your storehouse, regarding your sense of security for the future, which is great. You might also be the recipient of some sort of lovely gift, some blessing, my Virgo friends, because this is an energy that has to do with receiving a gift, receiving some sort of good fortune. Now that could be good fortune in terms of a monetary gift, or it could be good fortune in terms of somebody rings you up and says, hey, I'm cleaning out my fabric stash and getting rid of all my fabric that I haven't sewn. I know you'd love to keep fabric for a rainy day, so would you be interested in a pile of fabric that I've got? And you go around there and oh my God, there's velvet and satin and it's beautiful and it's gorgeous, and you're like, oh yes please. You might receive some good fortune to do with what you store up, what you save, what you keep. You might also be enjoying some sort of pleasurable, delightful experience around the 14th of September. And that might be going out and having some fine dining or, decadent food of some sort. You might be asked to a special dessert shop. There used to be a dessert shop, Virgo, in Sydney called Death by Chocolate. This is years ago when I lived in Sydney. And they gave you a certificate if you could eat their Death by Chocolate dessert, if you could finish it. And I got my certificate. I was so proud of myself. I don't think that store exists any longer, more's the pity, but it was so fun to go and see if you could finish their Death by Chocolate dessert. I loved it. It was great. So you might have a Death by Chocolate kind of experience under this energy where, you're going to get a certificate for finishing some decadent dessert. How wonderful. Pleasurable experiences, decadent experiences, could be like some sort of luxurious experience or a stylish experience in the sign of Libra that might be happening for you under this energy, of course. So you are protected. Financial and material things can flourish. You might receive some sort of gift or have some sort of delightful, pleasurable experience. So many good things coming your way with this, my beautiful Virgo friends, I'm very pleased to say. You might find also in the Vedic system that this relates to family life. And for many of you Virgo people, something about family life flourishes. You feel good about your family. There's a lot of domestic happiness that can come with this combination, according to the Vedic system. Lots of, I think about the Italian nonna hosting a family on a hillside in Tuscany, and they're all drinking wine and having pasta and, food and drink and family and happiness. It's just, that's the kind of energy that we might be feeling into around the 14th of September. And I will just conclude, Virgo, by saying that this is also, in the Vedic system, the house of what we wear, how we dress. And when you have Venus, style, fashion, beauty, in the house of Libra, sophistication, it behoves you around the 14th of September to dress with style, to dress with sophistication. You may not know why that is happening, why it's a benefit to you, but you might find out afterwards. So if you're going down the street to get the groceries, get out of the trackies, put on some jeans and maybe some high-heeled boots or something and glam it up a bit to do your usual things, because you don't know why it might be beneficial. Maybe you're going to bump into somebody really important, and looking good is very important. But this is how we dress. Venus is all of these good things, and Jupiter is expanding that. Blessing can come through how you're dressed and how you're presenting yourself. So thank you one and all for joining me for this sojourn through the horoscope. Don't forget to join me this week for the very exciting full moon eclipse in Pisces at 25 degrees video that is coming out on Patreon, and also a smaller version here on YouTube. I will see you there. For now, God bless you all.